Hello Wild Earth Coffee family and random people out on the internet checking out YouTube videos. My name is Kurt and I want to welcome you to the second half of our Florida road trip video series. I know this doesn't look like Florida. Actually today we're in Estes Park, Colorado taking care of some coffee business and checking out the town. But I had to jump in and set up this next video. Part two of this is we've left Alabama and headed to the panhandle of Florida, where we had a customer event. There was a ground squirrel that just went right across my foot. I hope I can get him on video. That was crazy. Okay, so anyway, we've left Gator Alley in Alabama and have made it to the panhandle of Florida. We have a customer event there, and then we also have some nice moments on the beach. We're going to share all of that with you. And we visit the state park that I was actually a park ranger at. So I take you on a tour of that, show you some of the insider secrets that I knew about while I was there. I hope you enjoy the video. Before I go, let me remind you that wildearthcoffee.com is where you go to check us out. Subscribe to the newsletters and the emails for updates on what we're doing, along with checking out our coffees. If you like specialty coffees that are fresh roasted from the time that you order, please go to wildearthcoffee.com and support us. A portion of every sale does go to charitable organizations that help keep our trails open, our waters clean, and our wilderness wild. Like that squirrel that just ran across my foot. So anyway, I invite you to check us out. Enjoy the video. We'll see you on the inside. Take care, y'all. Once we got settled in, it was time to call it a night with a great fire, and then off to explore the next morning for sunrise and adventures on the beach. The next morning, we headed off to see our friends at Coastal Coffee and Cafe, and then it was back to the beach for more exploring. Well, good morning, Wild Earth Coffee family. Today is our last day here at Topsail. We're starting off this morning with a little rain and drizzle, but we have a lot of things planned and a lot of people to see, so we're excited for the day. But of course, we're starting it off with a couple of cups of Wild Earth coffee. Just wanted to jump on and say I hope you all have a great day. Thanks for playing along, and it's almost time to go home. Well, we just wrapped up an event. It went very well and it was great to see everybody. Thank you for coming out. Thought I'd disappear for a little bit and enjoy where we are staying. So I made myself some volcanic vista and took a walk. You can find the volcanic vista at our website, wildearthcoffee.com, and then go to the coffee section of our website and you can see all of our offerings there. Be sure to check it out. Most people don't know that for 3 years, this was my home. Topsail Hill Preserve State Park was a place that I got to be a park ranger at and got to live in this park, and it's absolutely wonderful. It's over 1,600 acres of protected Florida land. Most of the area that we're in right now in the Panhandle has been developed, and so Topsail Hill Preserve State Park, along with a few other state parks along the coastline, are some of Florida's last resources for true Florida wilderness, as you can see behind me. So since I have had the opportunity to be here, I know some of the special features of this park that go well beyond just the great beach line that they have, and I thought I'd take you along on that adventure. Let's go check it out. All right, well, I told you I was going to share something special about this park that most people never get to see, and this is it. Welcome to Campbell Lake. Campbell Lake is one of 5 coastal dune lakes here in South Walton County. And what makes a coastal dune lake so unique is that is a fresh body of water that is close to salt water. If we were to jump over these sand dunes right here, you would be at the Gulf. Now, what makes a coastal dune lake so unique? There's only 5 places in the whole world where this phenomena exists. Oregon, South Walton County, Madagascar, Australia, and New Zealand. Incredibly rare, incredibly special. Each lake is different because of its salt content, so they have their own unique ecosystems, and they're estimated to be 10,000 years old or more. That's pretty incredible. Now, what makes the ones here in Walton County so unique is that unlike any other coastal dune lake, when these fill up due to rainwater and such, they will actually outflow to the Gulf. And that's what creates that freshwater saltwater balance that we were just talking about. And again, there's 5 of them here in Walton County, and Topsail has actually 3 of them inside of its park boundaries. Pretty rare, pretty unique, pretty special, and I'm glad y'all got to see it. So Topsail gets its name from the fact that when sailors came to this area as explorers, they would use landmarks to designate the areas that they saw and that they were in. So when sailors came up from the Gulf, they saw the white sandy dunes of Topsail, and it reminded them of the big sailing ships and their giant sails, thus the name Topsail. Down the road from us is an area called Blue Mountain Beach. And when the lupine is in bloom, the whole area has this beautiful blue color, and thus the name Blue Mountain Beach. So it's kind of cool to see the history that's continued in this area, the traditions of this area, and they're still tucked away in the beach communities and then in the names of those beach communities all along the way. Walking through the woods. Look at what we got here. Those are bear claws. You can see way up there. We got bees up there. So Mr. Bear was trying to get himself some honey. When I was a park ranger here, we used to take guests and friends out on tours, and I told them I would guarantee a bear sighting. And of course, they'd get super excited about that. And this park does have bears.
Cool, but I don't want to freak her out with the bike.
But we would take them to this location here. I'm going to turn around and see if we can get the bear on camera. Keep your eyes open. There we go. Guaranteed bear sighting here in the park. So, you may ask, what's a carved bear doing out in the forest? Let's see if I can pan around it. As part of the ranger training, you have to be familiar with the chainsaw and how to do forestry management and take care of things like that. And as you get more proficient with the chainsaw, They got very creative with how they worked on stumps and how they would fell a tree. And one of the rangers created that bear, and it is, as you can see, in the Florida jungle. So if you were just riding by or hiking by on one of the trails here, you weren't paying attention, you'd go right past it. But I knew it was there, and I'm glad you all got to see it too. So a little fun today as we're out hiking. Well, it was finally time to leave Topsail and get back out on the road. After a while, we decided to stop and get some breakfast, and across the street from where we stopped was a Model T car enthusiast group. The people were so nice, and the cars were definitely cool.
Have a great day.
Okay, well, we had to stop in Houston and check out the American Statesmanship Park, right next to the interstate, but I had to stop and take a look. Let's check it out. So the American Statesmanship Park is also known as Mount Rushhour because of how close it sits to the interstate. These are all 18 feet tall and weigh over 2 tons. We decided to get a better look through the van, and I'm glad we did because a few moments later, we ran into this. Once we made it through the storms, it was easy driving all the way to Colorado. Okay, well there you have it. That is Florida Road Trip Part 2. I hope you enjoyed it and appreciate you being here. Be on the lookout for new adventures as we have some coming down the pipeline very soon. As always, thank you so much for your support at wildearthcoffee.com. If you like this content, please like, subscribe, go to our website, buy some of our coffee, and be a part of the charitable causes that we support. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care, y'all. We'll see you next time. Bye.